that gets me excited about what's about to start happening. You've had a really interesting spring and a very busy summer, and now fall camp is closed. You're into game week prep, and you've been excited about this group.
Yeah, Chip, I'm fired up. Not only to get started, with this season, but just our players. I'm so excited about them and how hard they've worked and what they've accomplished. Some of them been here for a couple years, a couple months. Some have been here 6 or 7 years. But I'm really proud of these guys. They've all, we've only got 9 seniors. And so we're a relatively young team, speaking from that standpoint. But I like this team, man. I'm fired up about them. They have a tremendous work ethic, a great attitude. They come to work every day. They're fun to be around. They're fun to coach. And they're hungry. They're excited as well. So, and it's going to be a great week.
Yeah, and that the group of older players you do have a lot of leadership skills that are rubbing off on the younger guys.
Yeah, you're right, Chip. You think about Ferg. It's his 6th year. You think about J.K. White. He's been here 6 years. Yusuf Ali, Chase Cunningham. Those guys have been here for a while now, and they've had a huge part of the success of this program and what we've done, and just I just have so much respect and appreciation for those guys and their sacrifices and what they've done, their leadership, like you said. I'm just anxious. Game week is always an exciting time, but just these last 2 days is just, you're walking around that office and you get that extra bounce in your step, and being around the guys and seeing, that gleam, that glitter, that spark in their eyes. It's fun to be around right now.
Yep, and these guys are going from hitting each other. And earlier today on your press conference, they were talking about it's time to hit somebody with another color. And you come into this fall with, this is going to be I think fans are going to be interested to see the look of this team because, you had thin ranks during spring practice. You had a lot of guys who had medical issues they were working on in spring. And then, the transfer portal does its thing, coming in, coming out. And I was out there yesterday, and when you look at that group of linemen that you have, you only return 2 starting offensive linemen, maybe 3, but you've got a group out there of big
dudes
who, and if you're going to play as fast as you are trying to play, you're going to need those guys.
Yeah, Chip, it's really a completely different look than from the spring. When you look at, we had 18 guys that didn't go through spring practice because of surgeries, and then you add 16 guys in the summer that just got here. So I said earlier today, the first couple weeks of August felt like spring practice because you were trying to figure out what these guys, the new guys, could do, what they could handle schematically, what they could do, what they couldn't do physically, how much you could put on their mental plate, what they could absorb and still be able to play, a fast tempo of football. So the first couple weeks was, new for all of us, not only them but us as coaches trying to figure things out. But like you said, we've got a good nucleus of offensive linemen. Those guys, have fit in and done a nice job. And really, Jordan Palmer is a returning starter. Jacque Graham, started a couple games, a few games there last year, and then he missed the bowl game, the night before the game because of the test. And, so he's back. But, we got some familiar faces, in the offensive line. We got some guys that, Tyler Falvey, who's been here for a while, Jaleel Riles, who's been here for a while, that, haven't necessarily played a great deal of snaps, but they've practiced a bunch and they understand, what we're trying to do and how to do it. So, I feel good about our offensive line, but like you said, we get out there and we hit a different color, and and see how they perform when the lights come on. But I'm excited about our offensive line. There is a definite size differential between this year's offensive line and last year's offensive line.
I don't know. It looked like a good thing to me. I was standing out there yesterday next to Brent Brock, and the offensive line broke the sled. So,
well, if Brent Brock was next to that offensive sled, I can promise you he didn't break it because I love Brent Brock. He ain't hitting that sled wasn't his cup of tea.
Somebody broke it for a little bit, but they were able to patch it back together. We're going to go a little deeper into the offense in the next segment and then defense in the following segment. You mentioned Jordan Ferguson, who Coach mentioned, will be our guest coming up in the second half hour. We'll also be talking to the James Madison radio announcer and get a little insight on them. But one of the other new looks of your roster this year is on your coaching staff. Mitch Stewart is your new offensive coordinator, and he brings head coaching experience and a lot of years with him, and an offense that I think our fans will really love watching these guys play.
Yeah, Mitch has done a good job. Mitch is an excellent coach. He's an excellent person. He's a great husband, father, and I've always said those things. You know, it's tough to be a good coach when you're not a good father. It's tough to be a good coach when you're not a good husband. So, those things carry over. Just like I tell the players that you got to win off the field before you can win on the field, and that means you got to go to school. That means you got to take care of your academic responsibilities. That means you got to take care of, your off the field issues. So I'm excited about Mitch. To the naked eye, sitting there in the stands, I don't know how much a difference you're going to be able to sit up there and say that this is really different than what I've seen, last year. But there will be some, differences, some different things that will be noticeable. But I've always said, it's, players win games, and the responsibility of coaches is to put your players in the best position, to be successful. And we've got good players, and we just got to, make sure we do a good job of not overloading them, not giving them too much where they cannot play fast, because the worst thing you can do is have a great player and you put so much on his plate, he hesitates. And but Mitch is an excellent coach. We've got a great plan going into this game.
All right, we'll delve a little bit deeper into the offense in the next segment, but our opening segment brought to you by the Murfreesboro Post, Rutherford County's local newspaper. Subscriptions to the Post are just $20 a year for 52 issues. Visit online at murfreesboropost.com today. We'll take a timeout. More with Coach Rick Stockstill after this as you listen to the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Coach Rick Stockstill. Have you heard about the MTSU debit card from Ascend Federal Credit Union? This card is exactly what you need for your busy lifestyle. Use it online and in stores. Purchases are automatically deducted from your Ascend checking account, and you can even add the card to your mobile wallet for ultimate convenience. Bank where the Blue Raiders belong. Ascend Federal Credit Union, exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics.
Ascend is federally insured by NCUA. Visit us at ascend.org.
Murfreesboro, you can count on an award-winning service team for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Lee Company, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, recognized by Angie's List as a super service provider since 2008, is ready to assist with all your home maintenance needs. Heating and air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, home improvement, and more. Experience the convenience of calling one phone number for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Call Lee Company today at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating Middle Tennessee State University athletes. Experts in bones, joints, and muscles, and with more than 60 specialists in locations across Middle Tennessee, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit us at TOA.com or give us a call at 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, or TOA, the official team doctors for Blue Raider Athletics.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I drink and drive all the time.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
The flagship station for Blue Raider sports, WGNS.
Welcome back into the Boulevard tonight as we are here with Coach Rick Stockstill. Rick Stockstill live. Want to remind Blue Raider Athletic Association members, if you're in the house tonight, you can pick up your parking passes for the 2022 season. And if you are listening, you can stop by the BRAA office by noon on Thursday of this week and get your parking passes for the upcoming season. You'll need them for the weekend of September 17th. Tonight's show brought to you in part by the Lee Company. Blue Raider fans, get ahead of the game with the best home services team in town for your heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and home improvement needs. Lee Company, the team to call, 615-867-1000 or leecompany.com. Well, Coach, when everybody want to talk offense this segment a little bit deeper, and when you look at this group, you return two quarterbacks that started a year ago after you ended up playing four total. But Chase Cunningham and Nick Vattiato, both back. Great competition this fall. How would you categorize the way they have gone about their business in fall camp and up to the point we are now?
I think they've handled the competition like professionals. Been very impressed with them. You know, as a coach, you know, you talk about teamwork and being unselfish and everything, and everybody's going to look at the quarterback. That's the nature of that position. And they've handled it extremely well. I think Brent's done a good job of, you know, communicating with them and giving both of those guys, you know, an equal opportunity. You know, so I think they've handled it very, very professionally. You can only have one run out there at a time, and we'll see who does that Saturday. But, you know, I love their attitude. I love both of them. They're both good players, and they both have the respect of the team. They're both really good leaders. They're extremely hard workers, and I'm really, really proud of both those guys because they've both improved. Nick is so much better now than what he was when he finished the Bahamas Bowl. Chase is so much better now than what he was, you know, when he got injured there at the Southern Miss game. So both those guys have improved. And again, they just, you know, I have a lot of respect for those guys and how hard they've worked. You know, Chase has had to work, one, to rehab his knee and get back into a position where he can, you know, physically play, you know, and then both of them, Nick and Chase, have both, you know, worked extremely hard, you know, adapting to this new offense and improving themselves individually as a quarterback.
And they have, whoever it is that's in there, they have one of the biggest groups of wide receivers that I think we've had since you've been the head coach.
Yeah, I like where we're at, Chip. We're a little nicked right now. You know, so I think it's a little bit of a concern, but I like our receivers. I think there's a great skill level there that each one of them bring that's a little bit different than the other one. You know, we've got great size and, you know, Isaiah Gathings, Jeremy Tate, Bud Tolbert, guys that are big guys. We got speed guys with, you know, DJ Chisholm and Yusuf Ali, Jalen Lane. You know, so we've got a good mixture there. Javante Sherman, Marquell Tinsley, Elijah Metcalf, guys that are coming along. They're improving and getting better. You know, so I feel really good about it if we can get to the starting gate healthy and if we can stay healthy.
When fans look at this team and they look at the two deep, you say, well, there's no tight ends on there. There's a lot of wide receivers. How does the role change with guys who played tight end a year ago or H-back and are now listed as a wide receiver, but they're a big wide receiver?
Yeah, I don't think if you really, you know, looked at our depth chart last year and you really studied it, you'd have seen Jimmy Marshall, you know, there as a tight end, but he was a wide receiver. You know, very seldom was he a, you know, hand in the dirt in man on the line of scrimmage. He was a lot in the backfield motioning, you know, so he was probably listed as a tight end. But in reality, he was a wide receiver. And it'll be the same this year. I mean, you got Isaiah Gathings, who's a big guy that can, you know, do what Jimmy did. You got Jeremy Tate, who's a big guy that can do what Jimmy did. And then we've got, you know, other guys that we can put another offensive lineman in there if we need to, you know, for a more prototypical, you know, tight end body.
And then at the running game, you've got Frank Peasant, the bell cow, coming back with a group of newcomers who are very skilled, and that's made that competition very good.
Yeah, you know, I hope I'm not overly optimistic about the potential of our running backs, but I'm really, really excited about them. I think there's a chance that we can be a lot better than what we've been the last, you know, 2-3 years in that position. And I was excited about them last year. I thought we had a chance last year, but it never came to fruition. You know, so, but Frank has had a great spring, a great summer, a great camp, August, you know, and then with the, you know, the addition of Arvarius Sparrow and Joe Irvin and Darius Bracey, you know, those three transfer guys, you know, have fit in and done a nice job. Terry Wilkins, Jalen Montgomery, you know, guys that, you know, Terry got hurt, tore his ACL when he first got here. Then he played a couple plays last year and tore up his shoulder and had to have surgery. So he's healthy now. Jalen Montgomery's just done a great job, you know, as a, you know, a walk-on guy that just does everything you ask. A lot of respect for him. So I'm excited about our running backs, and I just hope that, you know, we're able to be more productive this year in the run game than what we were last couple years.
All right, it's Monday night with Coach Stock here at the Boulevard. We'll take a timeout and talk some defense after this. You're listening to the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Every week, our Blue Raiders go the extra mile to make sure they're at their very peak. At Sunbelt Bakery, they do the same thing to make sure their granola bars are at their peak. Every week, Sunbelt Bakery brings new batches of granola bars from their bakery to your neighborhood. That's why Sunbelt Bakery's granola bars taste like they just baked them. Because they did. Try a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar today and taste the difference. Sunbelt Bakery. Bakery fresh taste. No preservatives.
It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity will be noticed from your very first moment of contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They're America's most trusted remodeler and proud partner of Middle Tennessee Athletics because the difference is integrity and always in the details.
MT Dining is eating made easy. With more than 19 dining locations, you'll never run out of variety on campus. Whether it's Chick-fil-A, Steak and Shake, or Starbucks, we've got the brands you love right here. Need a quick snack or Scantron? Stop by one of the 6 pods on campus. And try out MT Dining's new Farm to Fork experience, Farmers Market, now open. Located in the Student Union. Visit mtdining.com for more information, or visit our office in the Keithley University Center, room 202.
Whether you go online or go in person, City Auto in Murfreesboro is where you go to see a gazillion cars and choose the one that's right for you. And there's no better time to go than now, because we have a bigger, brand new facility. It's the easy, comfortable, convenient way to find what you're looking for. Remember, cityauto.com is where you go to find your car online. And the all-new City Auto campus in Murfreesboro is where you go to see it in person. Go now, and we'll see you there.
You buy something because you found it at a low price, and soon you realize it's no bargain because you really needed something better. It happens all the time, especially with car insurance. But the good news is you can get the right coverage at the right price. Just talk to me, State Farm Agent Bud Morris. I'll help you get the right coverage at a price that's right for you. Call me at 893-1417 today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Bud Morris, providing insurance and financial services.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Floyd Stadium. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back into the Boulevard on this Monday night for Rick Stockstill Live. Don't forget, next week we will be here on Tuesday night due to Labor Day. Tonight's show brought to you in part by Bud Light. Bud Light proudly welcomes back Middle Tennessee fans to Johnny Red Floyd Stadium this year. Bud Light is for the fans. And, Coach, when you're trying to move the ball, but then you want to stop them from moving it. You lost some guys from off your defense a year ago that had been in the program a long time, DQ Thomas, Reed Blankenship, and others. But you returned your entire defensive line intact. So you're kind of building from the front porch out, aren't you?
Yeah, Chip. That's got to be the strength of our defense, here is our front, because – we lost all three linebackers, starting linebackers. We lost 3 of the 4 starting guys in the secondary. So when you lose 6 of your 7 on the back end, those guys up front got to be the bell cow. And, they're led by Ferg. He's done a great job, had a great year last year, moving him outside at defensive end, and, had just a phenomenal year. And I expect the same thing this year. So those guys, but Zaylen Wood, Marley Cook, J.K. Wyatt, Jordan Branch, those guys have they gotta carry the bell. And
they do, and they have a chance to be special.
I think they do, and I think they will. They've got it's always, I tell our team all the time, you should take pride in being the hardest worker on the team. And, when somebody can say nobody outworks me, that says a lot. That's one of the greatest compliments you can get. And then it also, correlates to positions. Be the hardest working position out there. Be the most accountable position group out there. Be the group that, that everybody, should want to be like. And the defensive line, they do that. They they do everything right off the field. They do everything right on the field. Have a tremendous work ethic. Coach West, Tommy, deserves a ton of credit in the impact that he's had on those guys. But no, I'm fired up about our defensive line.
And that secondary, it's not like they're a bunch of guys we've never heard of back there. I mean, Jalen Jackson, Teldrick Ross, Trey Fluellen, DeCorian Patterson. those are your starters off this week's 2 deep, but add to that Chris Johnson, Dedrick Stanley, Deontay Stanley. All of those guys have played games.
Yeah, we just they've gotten some snaps, and but now this is going to be the first time they've been put in that role of, you're the first one running out there, and so I hope they perform like we expect them to perform, and things a little bit slower in practice. You try to simulate a game as much as you can, but you never until you get out there and do it. But I got a ton of confidence in those guys. I think they'll play well. They just haven't done it yet. So Teldrick had a great bowl game. Trey played snaps last year and had a big impact in the kicking game. DeCorian, Jalen played and was hurt. I go back to Jalen blocking that field goal at Rice in 2020. That gave us a chance to win the game. So he's been in critical situations. DeCorian, played a bunch last year. So just they got to go out and be consistent and play smart, heady, tough, physical football.
And that linebacking core, they can look around all they want, but DQ Thomas is not walking through the door.
Yeah, we'll line three new guys up out there. It'll be the first time they've ever started. It'll be the first time they've ever started a Division I football game. So that's why I go back to Ferg and those guys up front. We got to try to take as much pressure off the back seven as we can.
And they'll be playing a good team this week in the James Madison Dukes, who over the last 4 years have a record of 33-5, and they're making their move to the FBS. And we'll be talking to their radio play-by-play announcer, Dave Riggert. He'll be joining us when we get into the second half of Rick Stockstill Live tonight from the Boulevard in Murfreesboro. You're listening to the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
From scholarship and grant programs to providing students with the qualifications and certifications they need to start their professional careers, the Tennessee Lottery has awarded more than $6.5 billion in funding to education programs, and we're proud to play our part. See for yourself how all of the fun of the Tennessee Lottery goes to supporting someone's future and a brighter tomorrow at tnlottery.com.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, this is Stephen Hartzell, host of the College Sports Now podcast. Every week, we're talking about football with some of the biggest names in the game. Subscribe to College Sports Now wherever you get your podcasts and follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 81 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 1-888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Hi, we're RJ Young. We offer technology solutions that power your business, school, hospital, church, law firm, and more. RJ Young will empower your office to be the modern office. That means an office that integrates technology as a business advantage, all to help you work smarter. From managed IT services, office equipment, and technology, business process outsourcing, and digital communications, we're proud to be your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Come visit us at rjyoung.com.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Welcome back into the second half of Rick Stockstill Live tonight. True Blue fans, whether you're tuned into the game on the radio, watching the game on TV, or sitting in the stands, stay up to date with Blue Raider football with this year's Football Game Day Yearbook and Digital Game Day Guide at goblueraiders.com or in the Blue Raider app. Want to bring in Dave Riggert tonight, who is in Harrisonburg, Virginia, the voice of the JMU Dukes. And, Dave, are you there?
I am. How are you, Chip?
Doing good. Excited this week. Everybody's excited going into the new season. We got a little taste of college football last weekend, but it all begins really in earnest. And I'm sure the excitement level in Harrisonburg with the success that the Dukes have had and now the move into the Sun Belt, it should be quite an atmosphere this weekend.
Yeah, there's no doubt. It's almost a sellout right now. I know it's awful close. There's a few seats left in the upper deck, but there's not many seats left. And I think I heard a number two where there's reserved student tickets that are already at an all-time high right now. So it should be a great atmosphere. Folks are so excited about this season. I would argue to say that they're probably more excited about this season than past years, even coming off of national championships and trying to win a national championship at the FCS level. I just think there's a new sense of excitement. It was almost like they were getting bored a little bit with the FCS, to be honest with you, just being in the semifinals or the championship every single year. Not that that's not a great level, it is, but the fans, you know how they are. They want something different. They want something bigger. They want to be at the best level you can be at. And they've been clamoring for this move for about 10 years now. And it almost happened about 10, 12 years ago. It just wasn't right at the time. But now it's a perfect time for them to jump to FBS, move into the Sun Belt with the way that conference is right now. And again, I'd argue that this is probably the most anticipated season in JMU football history.
And it all starts Saturday at 5 o'clock Central Time. And Dave Riggert will be making the call for the Dukes Radio Network. And give folks who are going to make the trip or be watching and listening to the game a little thumbnail of what kind of team to expect, because you start looking down at conference stats and points per game, yards per game. This is a JMU offense that can move the football and put points on the board.
It'll be interesting to see. I think the two teams kind of mirror each other, just kind of prepping for the game in Middle Tennessee and JMU. There's a lot of unknown. There's a lot of unknown for both teams. A lot of guys need to step up in key roles for these teams. And you mentioned the offense. Last year, Cole Johnson at quarterback, he had 41 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, and 2 came the last game of the year. He was phenomenal, maybe the best quarterback in FCS. He graduates, moves on. And now they're going to bring in – they're not sure who's going to be the starter right now. It's been a battle throughout the spring, throughout the fall. The leader in the clubhouse is probably Todd Centeo, the transfer from Colorado State. A little bit different quarterback. He can run the football. He's had a game where he's thrown for 500 yards in a contest before. So he's done some good things at the FBS level. But they're without a few guys, too, that certainly made last year's team so explosive. And Antoine Wells now plays for South Carolina. As you well know, the transfer portal can really hurt you. And Middle Tennessee was hit by that quite a bit as well. JMU lost probably their top offensive player returning, their top defensive player returning, and a few others as well. But it's a team that they pride themselves on fast, physical, and relentless. And that's kind of how they play. They play at a pretty up-tempo pace. They want to be the most physical team on the football field. And they play pretty relentless football. So it's a hard-nosed bunch. Coach Signetti coaches that way. He wants to have smart physical football teams, and that's kind of what you see out of this club.
What about the defensive side? You mentioned top player not back, but what style do they like to play?
They are aggressive on defense. They're not going to sit back and kind of – they're going to try and dictate what the offense does. It's a team that's going to blitz quite a bit. They do have a new defensive coordinator in Bryant Haynes. Corey Heatherman was a DC the last couple of years. He went to Rutgers as a linebackers coach, so they've not got a new coordinator, but he was on the staff. So I don't think they'll change much at all defensively, and it's going to be a team that's going to play man. They're going to get after you. They'll blitz a lot. They've got a couple of really good – defensive ends. They had a good defensive end group. I heard Coach talking about the D-line for his football team, and I think it's kind of the same thing for this football team. There are some departures, but they really like the defensive line. A little thin inside with some guys deciding to hang it up and call it a career in football, but they really like their defensive ends. They've got about 4 that they'll rotate there at the defensive end spot. But on the back end, there's a little unknown. No player at linebacker has made a start ever, so that's similar to Middle Tennessee.
Yep.
There's only one start made at JMU with their entire cornerback room, so that's a little similar as well. They do have some experience at safety, but there's a little bit of an unknown. They're going to play fast, physical, and relentless and be aggressive, but there's some question marks on that defense just because of how good they've been. Everybody expects it to be that way. And these guys have learned from some great players. They'd have to prove it themselves now.
Yeah, obviously Coach Cignetti has continued on with what was going on in Harrisonburg, and 33-5 over the last 4 years. His record there has been outstanding, and you know there's a culture there, and now going into the Sun Belt, are you guys going to play a full Sun Belt schedule this year?
It will be. Actually, because we got the home game with Middle Tennessee, we are able to get a full Sun Belt schedule. We needed a home game, a home FBS game, and not an FCS game, and the Sun Belt was gracious enough to give us a full Sun Belt schedule. Obviously can't win a championship, can't go to a bowl game here in year one, but they're hoping because they've kind of sped up the process and that they're playing a full FBS schedule in year one, that they might be able to get a waiver and be eligible in year 2 and not make it a full 2-year window since they're playing a full FBS schedule this season and being a member of the Sun Belt. So the Sun Belt's done a great job of adding some teams. And obviously, you know, some of the teams that have come in, and ODU, Marshall, and Southern Miss. But the Sun Belt's put themselves in a pretty good spot, especially with regional rivalries. On our side, it made so much sense to get into this league because of App State, Coastal Carolina, Marshall, ODU, Georgia State, Georgia Southern, all of those teams at one time were FCS or 1AA powers.
Correct.
And there's some rivalries that have been there over the years. And so it just made so much sense for JMU to join the East Division of the Sun Belt and be a part of this league. And they've done a really good job in making this a tremendous football league now.
By the way, have you checked the weather? Have you taken a peek? What are we looking at this weekend?
I think at kickoff it's going to be in the 70s. And
nice.
No rain as of right now. So it's supposed to get into the 80s on Saturday. I'm guessing by 6 o'clock it'll be maybe 80, but high 70s. No rain in the forecast as of right now. It should be a gorgeous night in the Shenandoah Valley.
All right, you're going to be responsible for weather. We'll leave you with that, okay? All right.
I got you.
All right, Dave Rigger joins us, the voice of the JMU Dukes. We'll take a timeout. And one of our favorite guys, Jordan Ferguson, will be our guest when we return to Rick Stockstill Live after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
It's red.
With heated seats.
Serious air conditioning.
And that little compartment thingy, where you put your sunglasses.
You found the perfect car. Now get the perfect loan with Ascend. We've got low rates, flexible terms, and you can apply online at ascend.org or at any of our branch locations.
I'm gonna name her Betty.
Auto loans from Ascend Federal Credit Union. Banking without the bank. Ascend is federally insured by NCUA. All loans are subject to credit approval.
Put Lee Company on your team and you'll always be ahead of the game with home maintenance, improvements, and repair. Sign up for a Lee Company home maintenance plan to have your heating and air conditioning system tuned up twice a year. In addition, you'll receive a comprehensive electrical and plumbing home inspection, plus member-only discounts and priority service, all for as low as $8.25 a month. For the very best electrical, heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I drink and drive all the time. Yes, sir.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Hey Blue Raider fans, Chip Walters here. Lightning's Locker Room, powered by Textbook Brokers, is the place to get your Blue Raider gear. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 6 and Saturdays from 10 to 4. Lightning's Locker Room is just across the street from Floyd Stadium at 1321 Greenland Drive. It has all the MT polos, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and all the other game day gear you'll ever need. See the selection online at mtsugear.com or at Gate 2A on game days. Lightning's Locker Room, the official game day provider, powered by Textbook Brokers.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back into Rick Stockstill Live tonight from the Boulevard. Don't miss your first chance to see the Blue Raiders at home September 17th when they take on the Tennessee State Tigers at 6 o'clock. Get your tickets at goblueraiders.com/tickets. I want to welcome in man who has been doing a little bit of everything all summer, and the most important thing has been getting his young guys around him on defense coached up, as he is one of the 2022 captains. Please welcome Jordan Ferguson. Ferg, you've I think back to a couple years ago when Coach Schaefer talked about how you guys, some of you old heads, and you were still not that old at that time, but you and DQ and Reed and some of those guys kind of got the defense up and going during the summertime. And so when practice started, you guys were kind of ahead of the game, and Schaefer talked about that a good bit. Why was that important for you and your teammates to make that effort in the summertime when you could have been at the swimming pool or wherever else you might want to be?
Yeah, so over the summer, we have an opportunity to have player-led practices where the coaches are not around, and Coach Schaefer gives us a vision. He has some stuff that he wants us to get done. We took it a challenge to not be like it was, previous years, and the guys before taught us how to do it as well. But we just wanted to be really good. We know we had the pieces to do it. We just knew we had to put work behind it. So that was exciting to do that.
Yep, and we've seen a lot of good things come out of the defense, and now you and your guys up front, you look to your left and you look to your right, you know everybody there. Mm-hmm. But in the linebacking core in the secondary, a lot of new faces, especially to the fans. But kind of give them an idea, how are those new guys coming along in those new positions?
Yeah, so we have some linebackers. We have new Zeke Dixon, who's going to have a breakout year. Drew Francis, who plays linebacker, Sam linebacker, who hasn't played a lot, who's going to have a breakout year this year. Devin Curtis, we call him DC, a.k.a. defensive coordinator, because he knows everything inside and out, who I'm excited about.
Well, and that means he's taking the role that DQ Thomas had. Mm-hmm. If he's that guy that can get everybody in the right spot, that's the guy you need.
So, yeah, he's still young right now, but he hasn't played a lot, but he's living up to the expectations and to that role of being a mic backer and making calls and getting all the guys in the right spot. So I'm really comfortable with him behind us. And at the end of the day, like you said, we don't have any new guys, so we got to be the bus drivers and the guys that get everybody going and make everybody feel comfortable and just be the motor of the defense. So with that, it starts with us, starts in the front, games and won in the trenches. So we keep doing our thing and make everybody feel comfortable behind us. Everybody will fall in place.
Yep. You've gotten a lot of recognition off the field as well for some things. And it kind of started back at the Raiders' Choice Awards. You were given the Make a Difference Award for your nonprofit and some of the things that you're doing with the homeless. And what lit that fire in you that made you want to go help others? Because that was not Jordan Ferguson who showed up on this campus 5 years ago.
Exactly.
Different guy.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. Every time I get asked this question about community service, I just always bring it back to all the men in my life who helped me get to this point, besides my mom and my grandma, because my dad really wasn't involved. And it's just been so many men who didn't have to help me get to this point. And throughout the whole process, I had to keep growing and maturing and learning things, learning right from wrong. And I just want to help people with less fortunate situations and provide a relief for them as well. And I'm just so motivated to keep doing stuff. I had to remind myself not to burn myself out with so much stuff. And Coach West told me that this summer I was just trying to do more and more and more and more and more. And now I'm just trying to line things up the right way and do it with the right things and with the right people, so keep helping people around.
Well, and it truly is a situation where, it makes somebody feel good if you help them in some way, but it sure makes you feel a whole lot better as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you want to help other people, but you do get yourself satisfaction from that as well. And whatever, I have so many ideas that I want to do. To bring another one up, I want to go to the Nashville Children's Hospital with a couple of my teammates and just kind of pick out a kid battling cancer. I wanted to do it this Monday, but I know I'm going to wait till we play a game first and kind of call out there and organize it and just go out there maybe every other Monday and just have a wristband or a kid that we hook up with and just keep them motivated, keep leading them, and just do things differently and show the other guys behind me they can do it as well.
Throw out a few names of some teammates who've been helpful to you in this endeavor.
Richard Kinley, DQ Thomas, who's in the NFL right now, Reed Blankenship, who's in the NFL. Ja'Carrius Wyatt is one of my best friends. It's Jalen Lane, Chase Cunningham, Trey Fulham. They all have my back, and I'm kind of the guy who comes out with the ideas, or a guy might have an idea and he comes to me with it. And I'm not afraid to organize it regardless of how the situation comes or how the outcome becomes. It's just about doing it and see how it goes, and we just helping other people at the end of the day.
Well, the world of college football has changed a good bit since you came on campus, and one of those things, well, there's the transfer portal. We've seen new guys come in. Now there's name, image, and likeness. And who does anybody want to ride on Jordan Ferguson's coattails?
Yeah, so my first one was it's a collective thing with Slick Pig with the offensive line group. We get a free voucher to eat some free meals every month.
There you go.
Shout them out, and best barbecue spot in town. And then I got this place called Tennessee Golf Station. You do different things. Sometimes you post a post and they pay you for it every month or whatever. And you're all a part of their team. And today is a blessing to shout out to the Boulevard. They gave me and Jay Lane an NIL today too. We get to eat some good food and bring our families here after the game, and just a blessing. The NIL deal is not really big for Group of 5 schools, but Coach Stock and
every little bit helps.
Every little bit helps. Coach Stock and Lee and all these people around, they want to see us be successful, so they help us do that.
Well, and you guys are very appreciative of that as well. All right, it's game week. We're 3 days away before we get on the plane, head up there. Tell me what you want to see out of your guys this week.
I want to see us start fast, play smart, play intelligent football. I want to see us leave everything out on the field. I want to see guys ignore the noise, show what they can do. And, of course, we want to get a win and bring it back to Murfreesboro.
Absolutely. Does Jordan Ferguson make you proud to be a Blue Raider? My gosh. One of my guys right here, Jordan Ferguson, joining us tonight. We'll take a timeout. Coach Stock rejoins us after this. You're listening to Rick Stockstill Live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Make a comeback after joint and back pain and get back to what you love with help from Ascension St. Thomas Joint Replacement Institute and Ascension St. Thomas Spine Institute. Our experienced care teams offer the latest technology to help shorten recovery, including minimally invasive options and robotic surgery. And to make getting care easier, we connect the dots for you, helping you navigate everything from imaging and lab services to pharmacy and physical therapy. Details about appointment scheduling can be found at ascension.org/St. Thomas Joint and Spine.
This is Coach Stockstill. I want to talk some trash. No, not about the game. I want to talk about the litter problem on our roadways. The Tennessee Department of Transportation spends $19 million every year just to pick up litter. There's over 100 million pieces of litter on our roadways at any given time, making our state unsightly and unsafe. Litter harms our highways, waterways, even our wildlife. So let's do something about it. Don't litter. Remind others not to, and report littering when you see it. We can beat litter, but only if we're all on the same team. Join the movement today. Visit NobodyTrashesTennessee.com.
Do you know what's great about being a Kroger Boost member? Well, for starters, free delivery on orders of $35 or more. Yep, you'll get free delivery on all the Kroger products you love. And as a Kroger Boost member, you'll get more rewards too, like double fuel points on everything you buy. Experience a new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year with Boost by Kroger Plus. Sign up today at Kroger.com. Restrictions may apply. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity will be noticed from your very first moment of contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They're America's most trusted remodeler and proud partner of Middle Tennessee Athletics because the difference is integrity and always in the details.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back into Rick Stockstill Live tonight. Our final segment, the hour goes quickly, especially opening week. Kickoff is 5 o'clock Central Time on Saturday. Dwayne Hickey, Dick Palmer will have the award-winning tailgate show beginning at 3:30. Hope you'll join them for that, and also for the Raider wrap-up show after the game on Saturday. And Coach, we had Jordan Ferguson up here, and you know, if you could go recruit a lot of guys like him, you'd be doing. That makes you look like a pretty smart coach.
Yeah, I'm proud of Jordan. I've said it a lot. You know, I've said it for a while now, but you know, Jordan's a great representative of this university, of this football program. He's graduated. You know, he's a captain. He's a good football player. He's involved in the community. He does everything that you'd want somebody to do and represent your program. And he's going to have a great future ahead of him outside of football. He's going to be very successful in his personal life as well as his football life because he does everything right.
Well, you're exactly right, and that deserves applause for sure. The schedule starts at James Madison. Again, they have been a power in FCS. Then you go to Colorado State, home for TSU, then to Miami, and then the conference race starts, and you've got, I don't know who you made mad, but UTSA, UAB, and Western, 1, 2, 3 right off the bat.
Yeah, and before we get into that, Chip, if we can just give a shout-out to Jenna Orna back there, the volleyball coach. They had a great start to their season.
Yes, they did.
Out in California, and this is the first time she's ever come here, so I just want to acknowledge that, and I appreciate you. But, no, we're fired up. You know, it's a challenging – it's a great conference. It's a good conference. And James Madison's a good football team. And, you know, it's winning is hard. It doesn't matter who you play. Winning is hard at any level. And, you know, we got to go up there and be ready to play this game because they're a good football team.
Yeah, we heard Dave talk a little bit about the makeup. They've lost some players, but they've gained some just like you have. What do you expect their style of play that we'll see on Saturday night?
You know, I'm sure there'll be some schematic changes, differences because they've got different personnel. That's what good coaches do. You adapt to your personnel. And but, you know, they're not going to stray far from their core philosophies. And like he said, they're an attacking pressure defense. They're an up-tempo, explosive play offense. And, I'm sure they're trying to figure out their quarterback deal with the transfer from Colorado State and, who they've got on their team. But, it's they're not going to stray far from their core beliefs and how they believe that you win football games.
When you start looking at this and putting a game plan together for them, what are the things you want to see? And we'll start offensively first of all. What do you want to see this team doing on first down to keep yourself out of tough situations on second and third? What's the goal?
Well, I think, and I talked to the team yesterday, Sunday. I went over what we believe the 5 core most important things in how you win a football game, and that starts with protect the ball. We got to win the turnover battle, and it's offensively protecting the ball, but at the same time defensively creating takeaways. We've got to be more explosive offensively than what we were last year. It was hard. We didn't create a lot of explosive plays. Defensively, we were better last year than we were the year before in limiting explosive plays. Again, you got to play smart from a penalty standpoint, and we were pretty good last year at that, but we can be better this year. The kicking game is critical, especially early games, the first couple games of the year. More games are lost than what they are won, and usually it's a direct correlation between turnovers, in the kicking game. So, and then toughness, you got to be tough. But to answer your question, Chip, we've got to be productive on first down. We can't put ourselves – last year we had a lot of TFLs, tackles for loss. We had a lot of negative yardage plays, especially early in the season on first down, which put us behind the chains on third down, and we were very, very poor on third down, especially the first half of the year. And then we got that, we got a little bit better the second half. So all those things, you throw them in the pie, and that's that's what's going to come out.
Yep, little things turn into big things, and this week it is the opening ball game. Guys are going to be making a trip, some of them for the first time, in a hostile environment up in Harrisonburg, Virginia. And Coach, it's going to be fun and a great way to get the year started.
Man, Chip, I can't wait. Our players can't wait, and I appreciate everybody that came here tonight. Let's go, man.
All right.
Let's go.
Coach Rick Stockstill joins us tonight. We'll be back next Tuesday night. Darius White has been our studio producer. And for the head coach, Chip Walters, saying thanks for being with us. Talk to you Saturday on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
You've been listening to Rick Stockstill Live. Tonight's show was presented by Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Bud Light, it's for the fans. And Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Blue Raider Network.
We now return to regular programming on News Radio WGNS.